Hello, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another not movie, but anime review. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Thank you. I just watched an anime by the name of Detroit Metal City. If you know anything about Kiss, then you know where this title actually comes from. Though it has really nothing to do with rock and roll, it's more death metal. Um, it reminds me of Metalocalypse, just because of the way it is. Metalocalypse is more like This Is Spinal Tap, and this is similar to that. But it's like This Is Spinal Tap meets Cromartie High School. Yeah, it's that random. It is funny as heck. You got this main character, Nagishi. He wanted to start a pop band, but after he finished college, and he even wrote a song, a really sweet song, which I really like. It was the only song I really enjoyed in the anime. And he ends becoming the lead singer to a death metal band called Detroit Metal City, and they wear makeup like Kiss does, and they kind of look like Insane Clown Posse, although Insane Clown Posse is more of a rap group. They have the same kind of makeup. Uh, Nagishi tends to go into another personality. They saw the persona of Krauser too, or Krauser the Second, when he's on stage. You know, this demon from hell and all that, and he speaks with a really gruff, rowdy voice, rah. And it really reminds me of Nathan Explosion, but it's the same kind of principle. A couple of my favorite episodes. One was with a punk band. I really like punk. Punk's one of my favorite things. One of my favorite punk bands is the Pixies. Yeah, Pixies. And Nagishi has a cold, and he comes on screen looking like Sid Vicious, and she takes it as seeing the actual ghost of Sid Vicious, and she hears him saying something entirely different than what he's actually saying. That episode was really cool. Another one of my favorite episodes is when Nagishi goes into his persona of Krauser when Yuri's having her birthday, and he's so confused he can't figure out which persona he's supposed to be, whether he's Nagishi or whether he's Krauser the Second, and it's so funny. He runs into people from his past. I'm not going to say how this happens. Uh, but it's just funny stuff, and I wouldn't give it a perfect score. I would only give it about 3 out of 4 stars because in the end it kind of leaves it up in the air. I have to say the characters are very colorful and very unusual. I was kind of hoping that the capitalist pig would have his own love story. I'm not gonna say what happens there because it's kind of sad in a way. Um, I thought that Nagishi should have his own love story, but of course he keeps getting rejected by Yuri because he'll go into Krauser the Second's persona and completely screw everything up, just botch it up. And you just feel sorry for the guy, and you think, boy, that's inconvenient. Multiple personality disorder you got there, buddy. But he actually reforms his brother in one episode when he goes home to see his parents, and when he meets his mother for the second time, he's completely taken off guard because she's wearing a DMC shirt. And he says, "Where?" In the back of his head, this is going through his mind. Where did you get that T-shirt? It's not what I remember from when I was a child. What happened to you? Are you my mother? And things like that. It's just funny stuff. And they even had a live action movie in Japan. Ugh, Japan, I love you. Um, I wish I could see it. It never came to the States, dag nabbit, but basically the character who played, I mean the actor who played L in Death Note, he plays Krauser the Second in Nagishi. And I thought, I had a little fangirl moment, and I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. So, I don't know how I'm gonna get a hold of that movie, if at all. I need to see it. I've seen some of the live action Death Notes, and I have to say, if anybody does live action from anime, or what would consider cartoons here, if anybody does it well and does it the way it should be done, it's Japan, and America should take note from Japan and try to do things right once in a while when it comes to making an actually good live action cartoon, which we had in only two films that I could think of: Enchanted and, of course, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Uh, I really don't know what else to think about Detroit Metal City other than I enjoyed it. It was a little bit too short for my liking. I don't know if they'll do an entire series out of it. I know they did a movie in '08, which never came to the States. Rats. But I have to say that it's probably one of the funnier things that I've seen since Cromartie or Azumagadango, or I could think of some other really funny ones. Really random. Uh, Kuchibuki Unbalanced was right up there, and Ganshiken. Yeah, actually, those two are uh, within the same series. They actually watch that within it, so it's very interesting. This has that kind of vibe to it. It's just out there. It's very random, and the manager, she's got a potty mouth. She just says the F word whenever it appeals to her. Another character that's like that is Jack, and he's in the very last episode. But she's uh, enamored of him, and he is her idol. And he actually precedes DMC. He wears the same makeup, and he's got rumors surrounding his guitar. And of course, DMC have all these rumors surrounding the band and the members, and it's kind of that whole idea of the lore that comes out of death metal, I think, or a lot of rumors come out of rock and roll as well, um, which I think are very interesting. I'm not really a fan of death metal. I like metal. I don't like death metal. Death metal is a little bit too intense for me. Um, my favorite metal groups are Metallica and Megadeth. Of course, I also like Dio. Dio is a little bit younger. Dio is no longer with us, but I love Dio. Dio and Rainbow. Rainbow is actually more of fantasy rock. Um, they have a really good sound. Another favorite would be Spock's Beard, and Dream Theater. Dream Theater is probably the best because they mix heavy metal with orchestral sound, and the music that they make is just incredible. And Evanescence ranks in there too. Um, but I don't really care for death metal. I just think it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too fierce for me. Um, I like the more the songs like what Megadeth does. I like the fact that they talk about controversial things in their songs. Um, One of my favorite songs, Secret Place, of course, Foreclosure of a Dream, To the Moon. Geez, quite a few I really like. Black Swan is good. other than that, I can't really say too terribly much about Detroit Metal City, other than it's, if you're into music, even if you're not a death metal fan, you'll like this series because it's really, really fun. It's hysterical, and just seeing Nagishi flip out, and I think it's the same voice actor who did the voice of Italy and Italia, but I'm not entirely sure. So, give it a try. You might just enjoy it.